Hello, people that like to collect ancient bears. So that's pretty much me, right? Alright, well, anyways, we have this Ursus spelaeus, and it's from Kong species. It's part of the beast ton line of products. This is the fourth wave. It's the first in the wave. There's four of them in a wave. So you have a bison, and then you got these things here. Okie dokie. So, just reading some Wikipedia. This thing pretty much lived in Europe and is commonly known as the cave bear because that's where most of the fossils were found in Europe. And they found so many fossils that researchers didn't even care about them. And during the World War One, they used those bones for like phosphorus or some sort of mineral that was needed for the war efforts. It could have gone extinct around 24,000 years ago. The size is similar to today's largest bears, and maybe slightly larger. I guess. One interesting thing is these are generally considered herbivores because the teeth eventually evolved to be more like flat for masticating plants instead of eating meat, but still grew to be a big animal. All right. So in that box we have this little card with the same rendering and like some sort of QR you can scan. Some Chinese blurbs about the other three, all four really, but whatever, and some info on that app that I never go to. This is it in the wild, and just another rendering again. I always feel like they should just get rid of the card because it's a waste of plastic and just put the QR code on this. I mean, I like the photo, but I don't need to collect a bunch of credit cards. It's weird. I like to complain a lot on my videos in case you haven't noticed. I'm gonna get rid of this image here. Let's start with the insides of this one. So it's got like a paint wash in it, making it look all oily and used up, right? And it's got all these cool gears as if this was running the front leg, this was running the jaw, an eye socket, an ear socket, and just some panels and whatnot. I think I gotta put some jewel beads in here, so give me a moment. As usual, I use a little school glue to hold the jewel bead in the eye because it's pretty shallow, but the ear canal is really deep, so I use some poster putty in there and a big glass domed bead, so it's catching the light a lot better in that darkness. So it's still pretty hard to see. Alright, so the inside of the faceplate has these three magnets, and there's also three in here as well, so it magnetizes very easily. You can add or remove it quite easily, which is nice. The brake isn't too bad compared to some of the other ones I've seen, so not bad there. And then it hides really well in the hair, so really cool. As you can see, the hair in the chest is kind of like a tan color, and then it slowly fades into a darker brown, and then maybe possibly some orange here along the back, and then a really dark brown stripe along the middle of the back. Some of the hair is like tufted up. Tiny little feathery, I guess, tail. I was wondering if that's a separate piece. Might be some extra paint there. It makes it look like a seam. There's a brass nameplate here, which is filled in with some black paint, which is nice. And then we have a little skull, I guess, of this bear, and like a femur or something like that. So some black here for the toes or the claws of this thing. It looks like it's staying on some maroon rock or something, and even the rock has a little dry brushing of green, which is nice. The toes or claws there, and then a fossilized claw. That's a first. I haven't seen that. Or a fossilized hand. Any of these things. So the eyes are looking kind of like in upward position, as you can see. I can actually see some brown. I don't know if it's so shiny it's reflecting this brown, but I feel like there's brown on the eyeball. And then it's painted like a dark gray around it. Same with the nose. And then a little bit of a tongue, or maybe that's the lower lip. And then four little teeth are sticking out. And they seem to have like a little paint wash to look like they have tartar on them. The ears, they're smooth. There's a couple shades of brown in there. Seems pretty good. All in all, it just looks like a funky cartoon bear. There's the greebly effects at the bottom. I wish they put skeletons down here, like the dino rolls. Alright, from the same era and the same part of the world, Europe and Asia, we have the megaloceros. It's like the Irish elk. And then also we have the Coelodonta. I forget how you pronounce these things. So, well, I think the warthog is omnivorous. Maybe this bear is omnivorous, although Wikipedia says herbivorous, so that's definitely herbivore. They're all hairy, they're all woolly, and they all look like modern creatures, just from thousands of years ago. And they're all cartooned. You can look those videos up elsewhere. I guess it's okay, this one. It's not as cool as the things that are really different from modern animals, but it's nice to have a cartooned bear. I like the claw. The claw is probably the highlight for this one, that fossilized claw. So if you like this stuff, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.